Everybody okay to be on social media? Sweet. Selfie mode. Video. Good morning. Welcome, Louisville, Kentucky. Welcome, truck drivers and everyone who works in the trucking industry. First speech of the morning. If I can have everyone stand up, please. You know what you signed up for? We're talking about health and wellness, so we're going to start with 10 squats, okay? Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, I'm out of breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! Give yourself a round of applause. How does it feel? All right, we got our exercise for today, for the day. Now just get a salad, you'll get your greens, we're good to go. All right, my name's Chris. If you're on social media, if you've ever seen any interviews with truckers out there, you've probably seen one of my videos. Chris Kuna Drive is my channel. We'll talk about me later, but now let's talk about our truck drivers. Tech support, how's our sound? Everybody can hear me? Sweet. All right. This is me. If you ever go to Chris Kuna Drive, you can subscribe. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You'll find me and a bunch of talks with truck drivers. Who knows what this number represents? Raise your hand. Very good. Life expectancy of a truck driver. We'll get back to this. Hold on a second. I didn't start my GoPros. All right, 61 years. Life expectancy of a truck driver in the United States. Not much. Anybody know what this number represents? General population. Anyone outside of trucking lives on average 77 years. Truck drivers live 61. That's, if anyone is good in math, 16 years shorter. You could say if you get your CDL, you give up 16 years of your life. It shouldn't be like that. Truckers are the essential part of our society. They do the dirty work, they get the job done, and they pay a very, very high price. 16 years of their lives. We talk about the life expectancy, we'll talk about the health issues that truck drivers experience on the road. I will show you an interview with a trucker from a different country to show the difference between other countries and America, the greatest country on earth. Then we'll talk about the causes, what's causing those health issues. I'll give you a couple of tips for trucking professionals, so brokers, carriers, dispatchers, everyone. This is not just on the truckers. Everyone in this business is responsible for the well-being of the ones on the bottom of the food chain, the ones doing the hard work. We'll give a couple of tips for truckers, because at the end of the day, you are the one paying the ultimate price, so you should take care of your health. We'll talk about why we're talking about this and why we're doing this. And we'll talk a little bit about what I think will happen in the future. So let's go ahead and talk about the physical health problems of our truck drivers. Might seem like a lot. Probably every single health problem out there drivers experience. Diabetes. If anyone who works in DOT, physical, medical examination, you'll know a lot of truckers suffer from diabetes. Obesity. That's causing a lot of many problems, chain reaction. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, sometimes genetic, sometimes not. Back problems, sitting for hours. Joint problems, same thing, not enough exercise. Gastrointestinal problems. I kid you not, I know a truck driver who doesn't go to the bathroom for weeks, sometimes even 2 weeks, and there's tried everything. Just sitting in the same spot for hours, talking bad, eating bad food, not moving, not exercising. It has really catastrophic effects. Urinary tract problems. No bathrooms available. Holding urine for hours sometimes. Insomnia, irregular sleep schedule. All those deliveries and pickups at 2 or 3 in the morning, resetting your hours, being somewhere to pick up the next morning. That messes up your sleep schedule. Dental problems, very unfortunate. Also, a lot of truck drivers have problems with their teeth. It also affects their life, their job. Breathing problems, sleep apnea, and of course, heart disease. We all heard about the truck driver found dead at the very young age at the truck stop. I don't know if you've seen those videos. A white van pulls up because someone called the truck has been sitting at a truck stop for 2-3 days. Guy, 49 years old, 51 years old, found dead, heart attack. Physical health problems are not all that truck drivers face. Mental health problems have a very, very, very big impact. Anxiety, depression, again, it sounds like the entire book. Pretty much every single problem you can find in a medical book truck drivers face, but that's the sad reality. Suicide, the 5th professional group in America with the highest rate of suicide. Lack of motivation. After 10, 15, 20 years behind the wheel, doing the same thing over and over again, going to the same receiver, same shipper, same truck stop, staying out for months, you really don't want to do anything else. Don't want to work out, don't want to call your loved ones, don't want to exercise, don't want to educate yourself, don't want to find a new skill. You're just stuck in the same thing, doing over and over, the same thing over and over again. Antisocial behavior. A lot of drivers say that they like truck driving because they don't have to deal with other people. And I always think, were they always like that? They were just born and they didn't want to talk to anyone? Or were they really happy kids, happy teenagers, having fun, talking to friends, talking to family, and then over time, they became antisocial, that they stopped talking to people, just being by yourself, locked up in the cab. It has also the negative effect on your social skills. Young truck drivers, sometimes they talk about dating, relationship. Big problem. They're having a hard time holding a relationship. Just the mere fact that they don't know how to approach a woman or a guy, how to go out. They don't have time to go out. But even being on the road and not being able to keep up with the loved ones, with the girlfriend, boyfriend, anyone, it also oftentimes does not work, and it's very discouraging. They don't want to do it anymore. They just stay single. And the last part, it's like a mix of the physical and mental health problem. Very, very serious, the addiction. What are they addicted to? A lot of truck drivers smoke cigarettes. I walk up to them at a truck stop, ask questions, open the window. It smells like a cigarette factory. A lot of truckers smoke, unfortunately. Our society is getting away from cigarettes, but truck drivers still smoke a lot. Caffeine, energy drinks, that's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, I think Pilot and Love's, they make a lot of money on their coffee because they probably sell more coffee than diesel. Drugs. I don't know if you heard that last November, 177,000 truck drivers lost their driver's license because they didn't complete the SAP program. So it doesn't mean that they were doing drugs. They got caught and they didn't go into the SAP program. So almost 200,000 truckers failed to do it. So how many more got caught doing drugs and how many more are doing drugs but they never got caught? Serious issue. Alcohol. I'm Polish. I'm Eastern European. All the Polish truck drivers I know, the moment they get home on a Friday night, we have a little gesture. Open a bottle of vodka all weekend. They don't talk to their family, don't talk to their wives, their kids. They just stay drunk until Monday morning. They're ready to leave. And gambling. I always like to tell the story of a truck driver that was driving from Chicago to Los Angeles. He stopped in Las Vegas on Friday, and he said that he needs a comp check for fuel. We gave him $1,500, so he has enough fuel to do his delivery and come back to Chicago. We come in on Monday morning. We call him. He's like, hey, why are you still in Vegas? He's like, I have no money to get fuel to get to Los Angeles. $1,500 of company money spent on gambling over the week in Las Vegas. Shouldn't be like that. We see a lot of truckers that work for 30, 40 years making, $70, $80, $100,000 a year, and after 40 years, they have zero money in their savings. Shouldn't be like that. People work hard, they get the economy moving, and they have nothing to show for it. Last part is accidents. Believe it or not, the low life expectancy of truckers. Accidents contribute a lot. What kind of accidents? Of course, traffic accidents. Truck drivers get into accidents, cars cut them off, bad weather, ice. We all know that. Often they get very injured or die. Slips and falls. Getting in, out of the truck. Jumping on a trailer. Heavy lifting. Repacking pallets. Picking up boxes. Pulling a pallet jack. A lot of back problems and issues. Dock incidents. I know a driver who was driving a flatbed, got to Menards, was standing on one side of the flatbed. The forklift driver came up from the other side. The entire pallet just crushed the trucker. Paralyzed for the rest of his life in split second. Young guy. Robbery and violence. Personally, I know a guy who got shot at a truck stop in southern Illinois for no reason. He was just putting fuel in his truck. Another guy came out, asked for his wallet. He said no. Boom. Got shot. I'm going to show you a trucker in a perfect country. If I say perfect country, what comes to your mind? One country. You couldn't think of one country that is like, has everything figured out, is beautiful, people make a lot of money. What is it? Outside of America. Yeah, this we know. We got that established. But outside of America. New Zealand, Australia, anything else? Germany? Okay, close. Someone said Poland? All right, I'll give you a little tip. Switzerland, yes. Beautiful, they make a lot of money, they have good social care. Nice roads, the highways in Switzerland. Impossible to find a pothole. This is Manuel, truck driver in Switzerland. I want you to listen to my interview with him. Anybody speaks German? Einer spricht Deutsch? Ein bisschen? Sehr good. Sound, we're good?
Wie geht's? Hallo, gut.
Wie heißt du?
Manuel.
Es freut mich kennenzulernen.
Danke gleichfalls.
Also, wie lange arbeitest du schon als ein LKW-Fahrer in der Schweiz?
12 Jahre.
12 Jahre. Und gefällt dir die Arbeit?
Sehr, ja.
Ja?
Sehr schöne Arbeit.
Und bist du nach anderen Ländern gewesen mit der LKW?
Nein, bis jetzt nur in der Schweiz. Nie in andere Länder, nur in der Schweiz. Ich habe Kinder zu Hause, darum es wäre nicht so schön, wenn ich Ausland
ja,
fahre.
verstanden. Ja.
Genau.
Und was ist dein Hobby? Was machst du in deiner Freizeit?
Ich spiele Fußball, mache Fitnesstraining, gehe schwimmen.
Ja, das sieht gut aus.
Danke.
Ganz fit, ja.
Genau, ja. Meine Kinder sind mein Hobby.
Wie findest du die Infrastruktur in der Schweiz für die LKW-Fahrer?
Sehr gut, sehr gut. Du siehst selbst viele Parkplätze, auch auf der anderen Seite. Es hat überall, kann man etwas essen, man kann auf die Toilette gehen.
Und alles ist sauber.
Sehr sauber, ja. Sehr angenehm.
Und das Essen? Kann man etwas gesundlich essen?
Ja, gesund, das kommt drauf an. Nicht unbedingt gesund, aber es reicht zum Sattwerden.
Okay, viele Optionen.
Genau, ganz genau.
Letzte Frage. Wie viel kann man verdienen als ein LKW-Fahrer in der Schweiz?
Es kommt immer drauf an. Ich sage, es gibt Firmen, die bezahlen dir 4.000 Franken und es gibt Firmen, die bezahlen dir bis zu 6.000, 7.000 Franken. Es kommt immer drauf an, welche Firma und was du fährst.
Ist das Leben teuer?
Eher teuer, ja. Wir verdienen zwar eigentlich viel Geld, aber die Wohnung ist teuer, der Strom ist teuer, Benzin ist teuer. Also die Lebenserhaltungskosten sind eher teuer. Ja.
Aber kannst du ein bequemes Leben haben?
Ja, ich bin zufrieden.
Okay. Keyword. I'm very happy. Makes about $8,000 a month. Great infrastructure. Lots of options to eat. Spends time with his family. Hobbies, swimming, playing soccer, fitness. Does he like the job? He loves it. Everything sounds pretty good, right? In America, however, the situation looks a little different. Let's check out this interview with an American trucker. Not every trucker has the same opinion, but I feel this is a good representation of the majority of truck drivers in America. Let's listen. How many years have you been driving trucks?
18.
And would you recommend it to others, to young people?
No.
No? What's the biggest challenge?
For young people?
Yeah. getting into trucking?
Most of them don't want to commit. They think they should be home every night, off every weekend. I don't think young people can take it mentally.
If you were to go back in time, would you do it over again or no?
Hell no.
What's your passion?
Nothing. Trucking's taking everything. Like I said, I'm in the truck 24/7. I have no family. I never get out of that truck.
Really? What is your big dream?
To retire, like
And then
anybody
what?
else.
Okay. Do you think you'll have time and money to
No.
do something that makes you happy once you retire?
Probably not. No.
Probably not.
Trucking's not the industry it used to be. 18 years ago, like I said, I've barely been in it, and it's not what it was 18 years ago. I mean, it's not even close to what it was 18 years ago.
Gotcha.
I mean, there is so much bureaucracy and so many people with their heads up our asses. I mean, the days of making money, being free, traveling, you don't make money in trucking. You don't have the time to see anything.
Have you ever been outside of the U.S.?
Yeah.
And where did you go?
Mexico, Germany, Switzerland.
And what's the most beautiful place outside of the U.S. that you like?
Switzerland.
Switzerland? Big difference, huh? Shouldn't be like that. If I show this video to the guy from Switzerland, he probably wouldn't want to be a truck driver in America. The greatest country on earth. So what's causing all this? One big thing. Performance-based compensation, cents per mile. We're telling the truckers, and I'm talking about over-the-road company drivers, you're gonna get paid for the miles you drive. So you need to drive as much as you can. You have 14 hours to drive and make as much money as you can, but we're gonna give you hours of service. We're gonna hold you up at the shipper and receiver. We're gonna have road construction. The truck's gonna break down. The dispatcher won't be able to find a next load for you for a couple hours. Then the truck stop will be overcrowded. You'll spend 2 or 3 hours to get fuel, get scaled, and take a shower. And all that time, you're not gonna get paid. Then after all these hours, you're doing all that extra stuff and wasting time, you will have a little window to make as much money as you can. And then we don't have time to do anything. So the truck driver suffers all the consequences of other people in the trucking industry. If a dispatcher doesn't find a load on time, the truck driver is sitting all day, he's not gonna get paid. If the truck goes in a shop and you're sitting in the yard for a day or two because the mechanic is just simply not able to fix your truck, you know what, you're not gonna get paid. So other people's mistakes. What else? Bad weather. I've never heard of any truck driver getting paid when it's snowing outside. You're driving 20 miles an hour through a snowstorm for 14 hours. Breakdowns, road closures, speed limits, hours of service, bad economy, not enough loads, waiting for loads, lack of parking. That all affects the driver wellness, the mental and physical health, because the trucker has to deal with all these problems without getting paid. Truck drivers have to worry about all that, and 5 o'clock when everybody else goes home to their families and friends and to a bar, the truck driver is stuck in the middle of the highway dealing with all these problems. Why is it not a great idea to pay over-the-road truck drivers per mile? Which is, by the way, illegal in Europe. You're not allowed to pay your over-the-road company drivers based on their performance because they simply do not have any power over it. So it creates excessive stress. You always are stressing out if you're going to make it on time, if you're going to make it within your hours of service, if you're going to find a place at the truck stop when you get there, if you're going to make it to the receiver on time. You're constantly stressing out, and you're constantly pushing forward because you want to make that extra cent. You want to squeeze in that extra mile for the day. Sometimes in the morning, you're thinking, okay, today I can make $360 because I'm going to drive 600 miles, and the truck breaks down, there's traffic, construction, weather, you held up by the shipper, done. Your plan's out of the window. The next morning, you wake up, now I have to make up for it. Unsafe driving, clearly. If you're forced or incentivized to drive as much as you can, you're going to speed because you want to catch every single mile. Throughout 11 hours, you can make up a lot of distance. So you will be speeding. Road rage. Someone cuts you off, you're going to cut them off and go around them. You get to a truck stop. The guy parks at the fuel island, Go gets coffee, gets, takes a shower, does his 30-minute break. You're behind him and you're on the clock. You want to start making money, you want to driving, you're getting upset. And then you work long hours. If you know about the split sleeper, everybody's going to use it. That adds extra 3 hours to your day. 17 hours a day. That's a long day. You start early in the morning. You're working till midnight. Now imagine anybody else coming home at midnight after a long day at work, and you're thinking, now I'm going to exercise. Now I'm going to make myself a salad. Now I'm going to cook myself a salmon. I'm going to take care of the family. You don't want to do anything after 17 hours at work every day. What else causes the bad health? No access to healthy food. If you go to Pilot, you have an option of pizza or dry chicken. If you want a grilled chicken breast with rice and broccoli, impossible. There are places out there serving better food, but you cannot take a semi-truck out there. So the options are very limited. If you don't take your own food from home, if you don't cook in your truck, you're pretty much screwed. Lack of exercise. Like I said, after so many hours at work, I would not want to go to the gym either, you know? Your regular sleep schedule, we already talked about it. Shippers, receivers, breakdowns, hours of service, and the solitary lifestyle. You really don't have anyone around you to push you a little bit. They say that the biggest decision you're going to ever make in your life is to find a partner, your spouse. That's someone who's going to set guardrails, boundaries, who's going to push you, motivate you. If you are by yourself in a truck for years, you don't have that extra help. You have to deal with everything all by yourself. But it's easy to blame everything on the driver. Why are drivers dying at the young age of 61 years old? They don't work out, they don't eat healthy. Okay, done deal, we can go home. It's not that easy. We all play a role. It is all of our responsibility to help the truckers. So just a couple examples. These are just ideas that I came up with. If you have any ideas how anyone in the industry can help our truck drivers, you can email me. I'll give you my information later on. But for example, the brokers. Consider the hours of service and other factors when you're giving a load to a trucking company. I noticed that brokers just literally look on the Google Maps. What is the distance, what is the travel time from point A to point B? They add 10 hours and it's done deal. So if you have a pickup at 2 o'clock, 10-hour break, that's midnight, 8-hour, according to Google Maps, you have an appointment at 8 in the morning. No one thinks about the fact that you probably had to get to the shipper, that you used some hours beforehand, that the truck can only go 65 miles an hour, not 70 miles an hour, that maybe you have to stop to do 30, use a bathroom. No one takes that under consideration. They just do 2 p.m. sharp pickup, 8 a.m. in the morning. If you're late, we charge you $250, done deal. Brokers, do not call truck drivers at 2 in the morning, and then at 3 in the morning, and then at 4:30 in the morning, just to make sure for the 4th time that they're on location and they're okay to deliver at 6 a.m. This is probably one of the most annoying thing ever. You have tracking, you have the dispatch contact info, and you still call truckers every hour. And it's different agents. I don't know. At this age of technology, we should be able to somehow coordinate the check calls. Confirm the appointments. How many times has a trucker gets to an appointment 6 in the morning and they're like, oh, it was 6 p.m. or it was the next day or it was 8. Trucker has to wait for the next appointment, wasting time. But of course, the attention layover. Probably the biggest problem in the industry, that nobody wants to pay the attention layover. Everybody requires truckers to get the stuff done, but when they're held at detention at the shipper receiver, we somehow always tend to forget to pay the $50 or $25 an hour. It just somehow always slips away. Carriers. Often the owners of small trucking companies, they're like, you know what, the loads don't pay much. How can I pay my driver more? I need to charge the driver for this and that. If the broker charges me $200, I have to charge the trucker. Why do we always look for money from the bottom? We're trying to scoop up from the truckers when the deep pockets are the brokers, the shippers. You know, Tyson Foods has probably a lot more money than the truck driver who was 5 minutes late for his appointment. So pay a salary. If you have a truck driver that is a good guy, has been working for you for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, every year consistently made $75,000 or $80,000 a year, why not switch him to salary? Hey, you're doing a good job. We're going to give you salary. You don't have to worry about detentions, layovers, nothing ever again. That fixes 99% of the problems. If it's a good driver, he's going to get the job done. Every load that you give him, he's still going to make the same money. Takes away the stress. Allow more locations to fuel. See it all the time, many locations when there's an overcrowded pilot, 6 trucks standing in line to get fuel. There's a smaller, like a mom and pop's truck stop next door, and they will give you a free shower. They have a sit-down restaurant. They will give you free everything if you only get 50 gallons of fuel. And yet, the drivers are not allowed to go there. They have to go to a Pilot or Love's or whatever and spend hours without getting paid, mind you, because they are forced to use only one chain. Carriers, let the drivers use other truck stops, maybe once a week, twice a week, maybe as needed, but it helps a lot if you can. You don't have to worry about parking, if you can get maybe better food options. Reimburse for parking. Why not set up a parking surcharge for all the loads going east of Chicago? Tell the broker, hey, I'm going to do the Chicago to New Jersey for $2,800 plus $18 for parking because I need to pay my driver for parking. Then the driver has the peace of mind that even if he gets to a Pilot or Love's late, they can get the reserved parking, no problem, because they will get reimbursed. Fridge, microwave, power inverter should be standard. Manufacturers, Kenworth, Volvo, Freightliner, please make sure you install fridges and microwaves in the trucks. Educate our truck drivers, tell them about health and well-being, exercise, diet, all that good stuff. And perform wellness checks. That's also very important, just to talk to the drivers, how they're doing mentally, physically. Dispatchers, let's plan the trips better, confirm the appointments so that we don't waste time. Confirm if the receiver or shipper has overnight parking, request detentions, pay the drivers those detentions, pre-book loads, and communicate with drivers as well. Truck stops should offer more healthy food options, offer free drinking water. We all should stay hydrated. Offer more parking. A lot of drivers say they would like to see a gym at a truck stop. I don't know if the demand is there, but if there is a gym or a treadmill or something, I would be more likely to use it versus running in the snow outside. And deals on healthy food. I don't understand. If any of you have an app from Love's or Pilot, they only give you deals on pop, soda, pizza, chicken, candy, M&Ms. Buy one, get 3 free. But never they give you a deal on a salad, on a chicken wrap, on anything like that. So I don't get this. But yeah, let's help the truckers by giving them deals on healthy food. All right, truckers, we're about to wrap it up. Prepare meals yourselves and drink more water. Do not get that free soda from the truck stops. I know that's tempting. Pay for water. It's a good investment. Work out daily. And the proof that anyone can do it at any time. A guy giving a speech in Louisville, Kentucky at 10 in the morning can do 10 squats without any problem. Is anyone judging us? We don't care. Do we feel better? Yes. Can you do it anywhere, anytime, in your truck, outside in a truck stop? Yes. 10 squats a day, if you do it every day, that's 3,650 squats a year. That's 3,650 more than 0 squats a year, right? It doesn't take much. You don't have to go to the gym and pump iron. 10 squats, couple push-ups, walk around the truck will do the job. Pre-plan your trips so that you don't stress out. Communicate your problems. Drivers, if you want change, you have to talk about it, voice it out, talk to people. Do not keep to yourself. If something's bothering you, talk to your boss, talk to your dispatcher. 99% of the time, they will do what you ask them for. Things like better mattress, home time, parking reimbursement, and all that stuff. That's doable. If you need it, ask for it, you shall receive. Follow influencer truckers. A lot of truckers now are into fitness and well-being. So there's a lot of guys out there on Instagram, on TikTok, showing really nice and easy exercises or easy meals or giving you tips on how to live healthy on the road. Just follow them. If you are into it, if you come up with a cool idea, also just post on social media. Let's talk about it. The new generation is really more into it. So it doesn't have to be, let's raise that the life expectancy age higher. It doesn't have to stay at 61. What can truckers do to live better? Regular doctor visits, take your high blood pressure, cholesterol pills, check your arteries for calcium. At the age of 40, 50, it's very affordable. You can get the heart disease screening. Buy healthy snacks. If you don't have any unhealthy snacks in your truck, you're not going to eat them. So buy carrots, apples, bananas, grapes. Post on social media to motivate others. I do it. I post on social media all the time. And find a lifestyle buddy, maybe another trucker that also is into it. You don't have to run together, but maybe in the morning before you do your pre-trip inspection, you call your guy and, hey, did you do your 10 squats this morning? No, not yet. You want to do it? Yeah, let's do it. Someone to motivate you to stay healthy. Why should we care? Because drivers are the essential group in our society. They get the job done. They do the dirty work. They suffer the ultimate consequences of everything that's going on. If a truck gets in an accident, it's paralyzed for the rest of the life. If the truck driver dies, the truck driver and his family suffers the consequences. Everyone else gets paid by the insurance company, and we move on. The trucker and his family don't. It's not always about the money. At the end of the day, we are human, so let's try to help them out. The cost of replacing a driver is much higher than just maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So if a truck driver dies or is unable to perform work, then recruiting, hiring a new driver, training, that's also a high cost. Safety on the road. If you don't care about anything else and you do have family on the road, your wife and kids in a minivan on a highway, you really don't want a truck driver getting a heart attack and killing your family. So you should care about this topic. And at the end of the day, we're all human, right? That's what makes us different from animals, that we do care about each other, and we should care about truckers. A little bit about me. I'm almost done here. Born in Wrocław, Poland. You probably never heard of Wrocław, Poland. Beautiful city. Google the images. Moved to Chicago in 2001. Graduated from Loyola University in 2005. I did a lot of volunteer work back in Chicago in the hospice with elderly people. I have a lot of empathy for the ones who are least fortunate in our society. I worked in a soup kitchen on Chicago's South Side in a school with bullet holes in the wall. I worked in an orphanage. It showed me a side of America that I did not see in the movies. It's not always skyscrapers and Lamborghinis. It's also the other part of America that we should care about. 15 years in trucking. I started as a dispatcher, then worked my way up to Vice President of Operations for Experior Transport in Chicago. In 2018, I opened my own trucking company, and now I'm on social media doing marketing and promoting driver wellness and health, trying to make the trucking business better. My family, Philip, Benji, and my wife, Paulina. The most important decision in my life, marrying Paulina, who is everything to me. Fun fact about me, we were on House Hunters International. During COVID, we moved to Mexico, and we were on TV, so season 180, if you want to see us bickering and fighting on TV. This is my info. Driverness is my company. That's short for Driver Wellness. My name's Chris Kuna. You can email me, chris@driverness.com, with any ideas that you have. You can follow me on social media, Chris Kuna Drive, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and of course, LinkedIn. Thank you guys so much for coming and caring about our truck drivers. I care about truckers deeply, so hopefully we can talk about it, we can spread the word, and motivate everyone to make trucking a better business, something that the new generation will be happy and excited to join, because they will be able to live a happy and a long life. Thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause to our truck drivers. Have a great day, everyone.